Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be checking out Sorcerer Supreme in Incursions, because I had a quite fun Incursion stream earlier today, and I was extremely impressed and surprised by how well Sorcerer Supreme did, and even by the end, and this Annihilus fight is technically the last fight that I did in the Incursions run, because my partner had to go to an unexpected meeting. We can see that she was still at pretty much full health, and she was tackling this absolutely huge and stacked Annihilus like nobody's business. Now I did make a few mistakes here, and obviously throughout the fights we can see that her buffs vary and so on and so forth. However, we can certainly see how sustainable, easy it is to use her, even like against Annihilus, because obviously you have all the nullification abilities that you might need in order to get rid of that rod, and then you have all of these fury buffs expiring. And in addition, I had the prowess hack, and we can see that she's putting in some serious damage, completely shuts down Annihilus, can take all the hits in a block, and yeah, the fight was over just like that, even though it was like room 11, I believe, in the Incursions, so that Annihilus was extremely stacked. And now we're going to have a chance to check her out along the way, starting from the earlier rooms, and we're going to make our way further to kind of like more and more difficult fights as we go along. So the next fight should pop up any second now, and that is going to be Venom. Now Venom obviously is significantly less stacked, because I believe this was like the first or the second room. I was testing out Elsa, Hulkbuster and Sorcerer Supreme in this Incursion run in particular. If you want to know how did it go, you're more than welcome to check out the full live stream, but this will be effectively like a cutout of most of the Sorcerer Supreme's fights. And the coolest thing, the thing that definitely impressed me the most, is that she remained at 90+% health throughout every single fight, and it was extremely easy to kind of like maintain her. Never had to worry about her life, because as soon as you get off that first level 1 you can block to your heart's extent, and then obviously the healing kind of like mitigates any chip damage you might have taken at the beginning of the fight. So now she's going up against Heimdall, who's also absolutely melting away, and obviously Heimdall is quite a buff heavy champion, so she has access to more and more special attacks, which obviously do help her quite a bit. Now next fight is going to be Agent Venom. I think this fight is going to be perfect to demonstrate her ability to take like punishment in the block, because this Agent Venom, on top of his natural tenacity ability, had even more tenacity from Node, and then he had like Optimist and Pessimist and so on and so forth. I hate that so on and so forth. That is a saying I need to get rid of. But anyways, as soon as you drop off your first level 1 with that region icon being active, you pretty much don't have much to worry about in the fight. You can just block everything that gets thrown at you, get to your level 2, reactivate that healing, get another ability going on for you, and then you can just block bait heavy attacks. For instance, if you are fighting Agent Venom, if you, well, obviously can't really parry him well, then we can see that that is not an issue at all, and pretty much most of the block damage that I took at the beginning of the fight has been healed up already. And yeah, it's just so pleasant and easy to use her, especially once you get so much more extra attack with all of those hacks that help to increase her damage output extremely significantly. All of these fights are quite short, and if anything, that would be like my one personal somewhat reservation with Sorcerer Supreme, that she typically is not like a sprint champion. She is a champion that's more or less built for medium to long range fights. She's not the champion you want to initially go questing with. She's a champion that works well against stacked opponents. But thanks to all of those different buffs that we can get in Incursions, she gains like immediate monumental damage increase even at the start of the very fight, and then she turns out to this absolute utility sustainable destroyer of a champion. And now we're going to be going up against Mags. Obviously no no point bothering to try and evade his special attacks. Just block everything, heal back to full. We can see full yellow bar 100%, and that is already quite significantly deep in the Incursions run itself. Full yellow bar, like it's nobody's business. Another fight against Magneto that's even more stacked, as we can see that PI is climbing higher and higher. But Sorcerer Supreme doesn't care, because you can just block every single thing. I think in this fight, or one of the next fights, because I did end up fighting quite many Magnetos, you can see, eat that level 2, my health bar goes considerably lower. I take like 30% damage on my block, but all of that pretty much is healed right back up. And then you drop level 2, you pose those heal buffs, and you basically are at 100% health once again. Absolutely nothing to worry here. I absolutely enjoy the fact that that health bar gets topped up so easily, so consistently. And now we're gonna have a fight against Spider-Man, the black suit Spider-Man, and obviously Sorcerer Supreme not only has class advantage in this matchup, Sorcerer Supreme also is able to slow this Spider-Man, and therefore by extension prevent him from evading, and the fight doesn't seem that it will last even that long, because he might get his evasion buff, but his health has already been pretty much obliterated. Now I dropped that level 1 just to be sure to apply that slow, but it wasn't really even needed or necessary. But yeah, if the fight had gone any longer, then we would be able to shut down evade for sure. And now we have one more Magneto. I definitely did see these guys quite frequently, and typically Magneto isn't really the champion that you'd prefer to fight as like your warm-up fight, because that level 2 can be tricky and you can slip up against the guy, and he's always been one of those opponents that might not necessarily be the most difficult, but at the same time he is quite annoying, especially with that level 2. I feel relatively confident evading that level 2 up until such time when I'm not, and when I get hit in the face. But yeah, so here we can see that to take that level 2 in the block, all the health goes right back up, and not much else. You can just carry on like normal, like nothing happened, ignore all that block damage, drop another level 2 of my own. He has a couple of armor breaks act 2. At this point I'm already hitting quite hard. Now there I made a mistake because I got greedy. I did want to launch a level 1 before I finished out the fight, but I nearly paid for it dearly. Luckily I had enough time to actually block the incoming attacks from Magneto. Now this Ultron fight is actually going to be extremely interesting as well, because obviously Sorcerer Supreme does energy damage, and as we can see that Ultron is healing all of it right back up, and I will certainly have to debuff this guy quite a bit in order to be actually able to do any sort of significant damage. However, we're going to see how quickly that damage is going to add up, especially with all the debuffs being able to mitigate that healing that Ultron will have, because I do have like the Lightning Fists active, a couple of other rare hacks that increase my damage, dropping a solid level 2 there with that armor break. And now I'm gonna try and bait out another level 1, accidentally eat that small slip up there. Kind of forgot about this one, but anyway, so I'm going for the slow in order to shut down that evade as well. We can see that that already did significantly kind of like better damage, and now I'm starting to really dig into this guy. He's already kind of halfway down. I'm gonna go for baiting out this special attack. I purposely also waited it out so I can get some more heal buffs going on me, so I activated it whilst I was on my armor phase and whilst the healing was active. And obviously with all of these slow debuffs, armor break debuffs being placed on opponent, plus shock debuffs from the Lightning Fists, you can see that he's not really healing for anything. There is a nice 60k crit on my level 2, another 17k crit from my medium attack, and jab's a good end. So it wasn't exactly the quickest fight, it wasn't exactly the best matchup, because obviously Ultron heals from all of my basic attacks, but still it worked out quite well. And now I think this is going to be the last fight in today's video, and it's going to be against Hela. And obviously Hela is pretty much a perfect party food for Sorcerer Supreme, because you can just nullify all of those furies, all of those physical resistances. You have class advantage, and you can just do just about whatever you want against Hela here with Sorcerer Supreme. And that is exactly what I am doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I definitely had absolutely loads of fun using her in Incursions today. And yeah, if you did like today's video, definitely do not forget to hit that like button, hit that sub button, share it with your friends, share it with your alliance mates. Maybe you are the guy who is going to change their opinion about Sorcerer Supreme. But that is me about done today, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya.